You did.
Hey!
Hey!
Oh, hey!
I really wish that had made it on.
No, it didn't, unfortunately. These boys like to test the senses.
It was the risque move.
It was a risky move.
It's like a game of chicken. Can you get that in before Ollie goes live?
I've played the game of Can You Get That In?
Excuse
win.
me?
Next up is the Wyvern's turn.
What, to try and get something in?
Yeah, that game is something else, Ollie.
It's Stinger into you, probably.
Thank you,
It's called the game of life.
Oh, you take 24 poison damage. That's life.
I almost died.
That's life.
The Stormcaller manages to lurch properly at the Wyvern's chains wrapped around its neck and its face, and manages to push the Wyvern to sort of flutter its wings and start cramping its way into the tunnel. It's going to attack Indira with its stinger, which is just a hit. Fortunately for Indira.
Do you just like we couldn't see Ollie's face there, so I'm convinced that little ting we heard was his spittoon. He's going.
You guys are too much.
We have fun here.
We have fun here. Yeah, that's right. That's the go-to. Oh, Indira. She takes.
She's only recovering from that alcohol poisoning. You know, I mean, jeez.
She should have advantage on Constitution saving throws for poison because she's already got so much poison in her bloodstream.
That's not how it works.
You're right, Ian. Give a disadvantage.
She doesn't take much damage from the actual stinging itself, but unfortunately she does fail the save.
Does she halve poison damage?
No, but she does half the stinger damage.
That is unfortunate.
No, I think bear barbarians are the ones that half.
Yeah, bear bar.
Yeah, they are, because Denise played their one, and it Bullbreaker's pretty ballsy.
Indira is stabbed by the stinger as it's trying to get into the temple with you, and that like the sheer pain of the venom actually makes her fall to the ground, not down, not out, but not able to chase it in as the wyvern like crunches its way in, and its wings are uncomfortably folded and starts going in. The Stormcaller actually gets off its back and just sort of like forces it to keep going, but gets off the back because otherwise it would get grazed against the ceiling.
How far has it moved? Because I was next to it in base contact.
I forgot. It is actually moving into the thing. So
can I slice its tail off as it goes by?
Yeah. It
By that, I
would be
mean
going
attack.
after Gilwyn and Knight. So yeah, you actually do get your opportunity attack on it.
Right.
So
Right
that's
then.
the theatre of the mind brain going.
No,
Also
well
taking a
that's
break
why
from
I know it seems bad, like I'm always asking questions.
It's
but,
good to ask the questions. if
but
there
I
are
need
solid
to with
answers.
Theatre of the Mind, so I
That's a hit.
sweet. Actually, I can't do that because I could. I can only do it once per turn, sneak attack. So that would be my next turn. I don't know how it counts. Where would you split it? End of your turn?
End
or
of
beginning?
end of round. So if you use sneak attack this round, 'cause
Okay,
this is 3.
so 7 damage.
Okay. Yeah.
Scrap that.
I would reset it on rounds. It just makes sense.
No, yeah.
That's good damage. Is it good enough damage to cut off the tail? No. Says the wyvern as it goes into chase Gilwyn and Knight and will bite at Knight. Knight, what's your AC?
18.
Holy shit. So one of the things where, like, it bites at you, it stretches out its neck, because you're standing in front of Gilwyn. Like, its teeth go against your armor, but do not pierce it.
Yep, shield up. Yeah.
Yeah, shield don't do so much. Got a big lizard mouth, but you know, that helps you force it out. Yeah. Indira is a little benched right now. She's gonna kind of like flop to the ground and just she needs a moment. Gilwyn.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Healing Word at 3rd level on Indira,
Ooh.
just to get her back into shape. I don't want to use my other cure wounds. No offense, Indira.
Got it, boys.
There's 10. Woohoo!
That's
10
really
health,
good.
10 health, and also especially that's enough to get her from like I'm gonna die to that 10 health to a barbarian.
And I will inspire Knight, and I'll turn to him and say, "I'm probably gonna die. If I die, I give you permission to play this."
Oh, damn.
That's my turn.
My turn.
The Stormcaller got off the Wyvern, so actually squares up to Vale. And will swing. He hits.
Oh no. It beat my AC of 20. Abort! Run! Flee! But that's alright. I'm just gonna uncanny dodge that one.
Yeah! Okay, so that's going to deal, if it was full, it would have been 15 bludgeoning damage. Halved.
7 damage, okay.
And instead of attacking again, he, it actually looks like he's going to attack it, because he's spinning the flail, which has the skull heads and spikes, sort of almost looking like they've naturally grown out of it with bone. But actually, instead of swinging at you, he kind of swings it up into the air, and then lightning strikes the temple again, and a large chunk of the ceiling just falls through and opens up to reveal a cloudy, stormy sky above. The 3 of you, if you include the Wyvern, which I do.
Because I'm a forward-thinking DM. I'll have you know.
Bam.
What are you doing? I don't like the silence.
It's your turn.
Oh, it's my turn. Thank God. Okay, right.
The Stormcaller is right in front of you. He's fighting with just
Phil like
large
takes
people.
the flail hit, backs up, staggers, reaches into a back pocket, whoosh, 1,000 ball bearings all out underneath him.
Alright, what does that do?
So
You know what? I'll immediately say Dex save.
yeah, so it is a square area, 10 feet on a
Yeah.
on a side, so all around him. A creature moving across. It's half speed. If you don't want to make the save, which is a DC 10 Dex save.
I would say, because you're throwing it under his feet, he just has to make the save immediately.
Yeah,
which
so
he
I think he does.
actually fails. So he's like you do that. He's like, more party tricks, and falls with a crack onto the ground. Heavy bone armor onto heavy marble stone paving, just onto the ground, leaving him prone.
Sound effect.
Sees birds.
I don't think I can do anything else.
And it isn't an attack, so you can't.
Yeah, because it's an action and it's not an attack.
But guess who's next to you? Indira.
Oh dear. Rip him, I mean. Right, that's I could.
You can move.
I don't like playing like. I was like, I could move and try to hide, but I hate playing rogue like that.
It's
I'm
not
not
really
going.
what Vale would do when the fight's
No, exactly.
in the thick of it.
How many ball bearings are in it? Because I had 1,000. How many ball bearings are in a standard pack? My book's hidden under.
I think it's standard is 1,000.
I think it is 1,000.
Is
Because
it?
you've used them before and then you've bought more. So,
Yeah, I wasn't sure because I know I have.
Next up is Knight. You can't see this. All you see is the Wyvern in the cramped temple hallway getting up to you. And then the roof falls in and doesn't fall on any of you. But that lets the Wyvern like stretch up. It can't stretch out, but like stretch its neck up. And it's
So I take it no one else is currently threatening the Wyvern other than me. With
you and yeah, just you.
Okay. As a bonus action, I can move my duplicate 30 feet. So I'll move my duplicate up next to the Wyvern. And when the Wyvern and I are both within 5... But when the Wyvern and I are both within 5 feet... When I and my duplicate are both within 5 foot of something, I get advantage on attacks because it's confusing. That is actually in the thing if you want to see it again. So I say over my shoulder to Gil, I am honoured, Gil, but I believe only you can do that justice. You must live through this. As I pull out the Zanyu family rapier, and I'm just going in for into the
You have advantage.
I am no man. I'm a cat.
I
I am
a
no
cat.
man. That's a hit.
So that's playing with a ball of yarn.
The blade glows as you pierce it into the roof of the wyvern's mouth, and you pull back out, and the wyvern does not fall.
Drat. And I've used my bonus action already, moved my duplicity, so I can't hit it with my die. Oh well.
Hey, cleric action economy though. It's a good
Yeah.
thing.
It is strong, yeah. See, that's one of the things I think you get a lot of when you multi-class.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
because-
get a lot of fun ways to interact with your own classes.
Arvine always
That's why I
has
always
so
carry
many
barbarians.
options. I could basically do anything on my bonus action with Arvine. It was great.
The wyvern, with its maw filled with blood, just roars at you and will bite.
Cutting words. Please.
You get cutting words.
It like goes down. It goes down for night, and Gil just pops up behind, and goes.
Okay, that's exactly what Gil does.
You have to roll for cutting words.
Just shrieks it.
Damage the attack roll reduction.
Yeah, I roll 1d8.
Please do.
Roll it harder.
That is enough to completely make it miss. It's one of the things where it's not that it scares it, as often happens. It bites, and it is trying to crunch through Knight's armor, but your presence is enough to make Knight, like, make it launch off, and then it just sort of fumbles forward with its claws, the spiky barbs on the end of its wings, and will try and hit Knight with that, and also hit.
Sorry.
I will put it this way, Dean. I get hit by everything. The fact you allow me to avoid one hit is half.
It's
fine.
valuable against something like this.
I'm glad.
16
I want a game
slashing
where
damage to Knight.
where Arvine is my DM, because I just win.
16 slashing damage, Knight.
16.
Yeah.
Ow.
So it's a big thing, and it's aggressive. You know, it's not fighting smart; it's fighting feral. Indira, healed and seeing the Stormcaller on the ground, just runs and is gonna start launching at him.
Skyrim for the North. I mean, who said that? Oh, I
That's a
lagged.
miss.
That was terrifying. No, that's a miss.
Mhm.
Indira.
She swings down the first time, and the Stormcaller like throws his arm in the way, and the thick bone plating of the armor crunches it. And then she's like, like he's trying to roll out the way, but she anticipates it and just gets him.
She gets. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
She gets what she wants.
Now lightning bolt him for the loss.
I was gonna say, then he also has to make a dex save against the lightning bolt, which he fails, so he takes another d6 damage.
That's a bit of BM right there, isn't it? You call yourself the Stormcaller, and someone hits you with a lightning bolt, and you're like,
It's been happening
that's-
to Indira the whole time as well. Indira the
Yeah.
Storm fighting storm things. Ha! But even though like this axe hit from Indira hits him straight in the chest, he doesn't seem phased, not yet. Gilwyn.
Did the wyvern is on its last legs, right? It's looking.
Its mouth is filled with blood. Its tail is nearly cut off.
I would like to approach it and shove the gem of my gem gun, because I don't know the name of it. I'm just gonna call it gem gun. I'm gonna put the gem gun gem in its nostril and fire.
So this would be a dex attack like anything else,
Okay.
and it deals d6 force damage.
It'll be the same attack roll as your rapier, basically.
Oh, okay. I may as
But it will deal d6, not a d6.
Yeah, it'll be different damage, but it'll be the same attack roll. for simplicity.
I'm gonna click rapier and then roll the damage separately.
naughty boy.
Unfortunately, you miss.
Penis. Can I look that? Because it's cool. I don't want to do it.
If you want, it's up to you. You are the one who controls the luck.
I just don't want to seem like I'm overusing it. I'm doing it again.
It's your thing in your boss fight.
You penis!
One more luck out of the way,
I'm
boys.
gonna look. I'm gonna look.
You can't do it again.
You can't
oh
lack
my...
one the same thing more than once, can you?
Oh well, I'm not gonna look then.
I don't know.
Put it in. You've got it. Click the
No,
button.
you can only lock one once
Okay.
per.
Okie dokie.
Roll.
In which case, you fail.
Fuck.
And also get into melee range of the Wyvern.
Excellent. There's my turn.
Stormcaller is going to get up,
Don't try and be cool, kids, because that's what happens.
and he's going to swing at Indira. Sort of. And hit. But this is bludgeoning damage, which she resists. Which is great. So she takes that hit without much trouble at all. And then... he's going to swing again. You've messed with him now. This is personal. Hits again. Damages
My
again.
God.
Low damage rolls. Easily could have knocked her out, but she's just powering through. Hurt, bleeding, but powering through. Vale. He's more or less ignoring you right now because Indira is just smashing away at him. So this is like he's like squared off with Indira. Not completely ignoring you. He's obviously aware of your presence, but...
Right, well, in that case, I'll move round him to be in a flanking position, and he sheaths the parrying dagger for a second because of the easy position, and then goes like palm down on and pushes it into the back. Probably around here-ish. Go for a weak spot in the armor. That must be a hit. 22 must.
22 is a hit, yes. Sorry, I was reading chat. Like a naughty boy.
Naughty boy.
How dare you interact with your community?
How dare I? That hits him. That's one of the ones where like you hear the very visceral like ugh, of being like badly injured. Excuse me? Excuse me? Are you gonna ruin the sanctity of my Christian stream?
Grapefruit, the devil's fruit.
And he kind of like shifts in such a way that like the heavy plates of the armor move and like make you need to pull the sword out, otherwise it's not gonna come out.
And then Vale's gonna, instead of reaching for his wrist to pull the parrying dagger out, he's gonna reach. He reaches across and pulls a dagger out from under his pauldron. Over at the wyvern.
Neat.
Oh, you kill-stealing bastards!
Neat move. That would be great.
And
It's a hit.
Will kill him.
You don't kill him. It's close.
I don't know why I'm celebrating. It's probably gonna eat. I'm probably gonna fail to kill it now.
There was a reason I tried to save him. And then because of dual wield master, I can like stow and sheath more weapons, so I would redraw the parrying dagger than the average person can.
Yeah.
Which I can.
Knight, you hear the wyvern like roar out in pain as it's trying to attack you and Gilwyn. It's still not fallen. Now at this point, it's like saturated in its own blood. It's cramped in this space.
I'm just going to reach across and over Gil and slash across the eyes with the rapier.
Not the eyes.
The eyes.
It's a hit. It's not a kill.
Well, here comes the die. I presume it is within. It can move. Its movement's 20 foot. I presume it can get behind the
Where
wall.
was the third level in
With
flick
20
ring?
foot movement? No, because you were 30 feet away.
Shit!
It can't get in range.
Oh no! That's so annoying. Have I got anything else I can do with a flipping? I've got lots I can do with a bonus action.
I was literally thinking, Can spiritual weapon move 30 feet? Yeah,
I'm going to double check the spell, but I'm pretty sure it's
Pretty sure
20.
it doesn't, but
Let me let's find out.
that's
Yeah, it's
awful
20.
funny.
It's 20. Okay. So instead of killing it, I'm just going. Knight just sort of winks at Gil and says, "Try that again. I'm sure this time it will work." Bardic inspiration. You have a
Yay.
D6.
You say
Holy
that,
shit.
and there is a bloody roar. Like the wyvern snaps open its mouth, which makes the blood in its mouth spew over you, and then
Hi everyone.
is going to swing at you with its claws, which
Cut
actually
one.
your shield manages to take, because I mean, you're expecting it to sort of lunge at you this time. And it's going to try and snap at you, which does hit.
I can probably survive this, maybe.
In that little
9
tongue.
piercing damage.
I'm still up. I'm still very much up.
Dira is going to swing.
Rage.
I rolled for. She's already raged.
I know.
She angry
When is Indira not?
when she drunk.
That's very true.
She's just gonna go for it.
Yes, the natty. Oh,
She swings at his stomach, which makes him sort of double over, and then goes for like an axe on the back of the neck and then push. He had enough armor plating on the neck to make him not instantly get decapitated. But holy hell.
there's an anime spurt of blood, like.
Yeah, absolutely, because it like scrapes off but nicks the skin just enough. And then he has to make a dex save, which he fails. Just for, you know, extra BMs. And at this point, the Stormcaller is lagging. He's, like, when he's trying to get up from that move, he puts his free hand over his neck, and the blood is pouring down the bone armor in thick, blobby mass. Gilwin.
Can I cast Shatter in a place where it will only hurt the Wyvern and Stormcaller?
Not the Wyvern and Stormcaller, because it's only a 10-foot radius.
Yes.
One or the other.
Okay. Then I will listen to what Knight said, and I will try the gem in the nostril thing again. So I will roll my rapier because it's the same.
Naughty boy.
It's a hit. It's a d6 damage.
And roll on d6.
D6 plus Dex mod, though, I would imagine. Actually,
It is Dex, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, you just...
yeah.
You're not proficient with it, but that you still
yeah.
get the plus dex mod damage. And with that, you shove it in, pull the trigger, and there's a bloody mess as the other side of the wyvern's skull and head is just against the pure white marble of the temple.
Yeah, just like.
And the sort of bottom jaw of the wyvern just kind of like flops onto Knight, and the tongue lolls out, and its whole body just flops onto the ground because it had to. Wyverns kind of hold themselves up quite precariously on their front wings, and it's just bleeding.
With my arm still extended, I will say, "Bless you."
I hate bards.
Give that boy some inspiration.
If we were playing Mutants and Masterminds right now, you'd actually get like resource points for making that one-liner.
That was good.
Stormcaller
Thank
holding
you.
his neck straight up, throw the bloody hand into the sky, and he'll call lightning on himself and Indira.
I am also right behind him in base contact. Just don't know if that matters, but
It's a 5-foot radius.
Oh,
he
well
can
then.
hit you as well because
Yeah.
he can aim on the middle of himself. Hey, great. So dex save, please. She has advantage on this because of danger sense, which makes up for a terrible dexterity. She still
No, it
takes
does
max
not.
damage on it. Okie dokie. In theory, it makes up for it. In practice,
you're rolling like Doxy though.
I'm role playing as Doxy. That's 17 lightning damage. That's enough that Indira falls to the ground, a sparking mess. You only take half of that. Fail.
How much was it? Sorry, I was
17. So half of that in D&D would be 8.
Thanks. I was reading chat. I did an ollie.
And then he will swing at you. But that's one of the things that you were like dodging away from the lightning the best you can. So he's just, it just goes over your head. Vale.
Right, he ducks as the flail goes under, and as he comes up, he's going to drive it up under the breastplate, up into the lung/heart, whichever side.
Fuck yeah.
Dealer's choice.
Dealer's choice. I just learned to accept the noise. I should, shouldn't I?
Yeah, no, you know me.
and then what? He'll pull the blade out. Look, he like feints as if he's backing up, but then like Cobra strikes out with the parrying dagger in the throat.
Please do.
I want the parrying dagger to take his life. I won't lie. I'm fond of this little boy. Come on, give me that sick 4. Here we go. He did it.
And with that Cobra strike, his eyes roll back, and heavily, Stormcaller just to the
Blood.
ground. Blood spraying. And with that, is a moment of silence. Despite it all.
Indira needs help.
I still have energy. Shoves the withered out of the way.
I like the idea that you've just been lying there like,
Well, no, still standing up, but like with it basically on me, I'm like.
And then you can go over and you can
Go
give her a
cure
healer.
wounds.
Yeah.
Cure wounds.
Dira will get
There,
up.
you should have seen Gil. He stuck that new gnomish device in the thing's nose and blew its brains out.
well, I told you it would come in handy, eh, Gil? A natural, obviously.
Yeah, I did it first time as well.
Really?
I've got a handle on this thing, and I'll spin it.
Give me a performance check.
Performance. Pff, easy.
Easy. Can I just talk about how I watched Solo recently and they didn't need to give a plot reason for Han Solo to spin his pistol around, but they did?
Yeah, I know. They gave a plot reason to everything about Han Solo in that film.
Yeah. Still a fun movie.
Yeah, it was fun. It was better than I thought it'd be.
Well, Stormcaller, easy, right?
Certainly didn't call that many storms down on us, did he? A couple of bolts of lightning here and there.
It's funny when you look up, the storm is dissipating out of the air.
I thought he was going to say it's still there.
No, it is dissipating out of the air.
Cuck.
Yeah,
So,
easy. And I'll be like stopping the blood flowing out of the fucking stab wound in my chest.
So
Yeah, Knight's just got some puncture holes from withered teeth. Like,
Vale's going to go and pull the bedroll off Jack and start rolling it back up.
That was quite an exceptional display of combat. It would have been quite nice for me to see it.
Well, you see, I thought it would protect you a little bit.
Seems that you lot are the ones that need protecting.
No, I'm fine. See? He's got like some like little burns.
And like behind the camera pans to these two just bleeding.
So, do we
What's next?
do we get a reward from you now, Jack? You know, I mean, this is your goddess is like eternal enemy.
He just looks at you. And
No,
says,
you-
your job is not yet done, son elf.
Oh, I thought you were going to.
Yes, Gilwyn now has his mother's weapon, but the island is still quite damaged, nearly irreversibly so. Your next task is to find a wand of Boragon. Or have you forgotten?
You know, for a minute there, I thought he called me son. But then he said Sun Elf, and I thought, why has no one ever done this to me before? That is hilarious. I'm sorry, Wand of Borogon, what is this?
As I have explained to you before, these elves never have anything between their ears. The Wand of Borogon is a
I feel like
staff that can cure what's happened to this island. It is a staff wielded by a leader of the giants, and it's most likely still in his castle. Unfortunately, all records show that his castle was flooded and lies somewhere under the sea, but in this area of sea at least.
Jack, we can't breathe underwater.
Well,
I have heard mention in Tran of magics that can do such a thing. Perhaps
Surely-
even potions, I believe, although I've never had the chance to encounter them myself.
They exist.
Surely you have something here, like I don't know, a harmonica of water breathing. You know, you people are magical.
Patchwork Jack leans into you. It's one of those moments that you remember that he is like a wooden skeleton with fabric hanging off him. And just says, "Are you making a mockery of me, young man?
Well,
I've got power in me yet. If you thought that Stormcaller was quite a fight, wouldn't you like to get on the wrong side of me?
well, why didn't you beat him then?
It's not my place."
Right, it's not your place as the guardian of this place. Well, what is your place?
Stop arguing with the scarecrow.
Well, I'm a little bit confused, that's all. You know? I mean, Gil, he seems to rather be infatuated with you as the son of your mother, and yet he watched you nearly die.
Well, no, he didn't. He had a better
Oh, no. He said he can see without seeing.
Well, you know, I would just point out it wouldn't make much of a story if someone if a suddenly powerful being eradicated our opponent, would it?
Yeah, it's much more poetic if the hero sticks a gun inside of the wyvern's nose and blows its brains out from the inside.
Certainly.
Or the hero stabs the villain in the throat with his trusty blade.
I missed that part.
Yes, I believe you were under the wyvern crying as I was killing
Just
the...
make sure not to mention the teeth holes in this.
I'm sure Gilwyn will be busy singing about other holes.
I will chuckle and walk up to Knight and cast the final Cure Wounds in Soulmender on his
Oh,
heart.
thank you very much.
Bear with me. I put it in now.
Will you be all right? You
Yeah,
don't
I just
look too well yourself.
Well, I cannot let such a good deed go unpunished. Pulls out a card, cure wounds on Gil.
It's a sub for sub.
Vale crosses his arms, and he looks at you both. Why are you using these spells now, and not in the combat where you both nearly died?
I did, but the wyvern needed to die.
I'm fairly certain you have used this spell a lot. The one where you strum a chord and the noise damages whatever is in that area. I did not hear that.
Because we were in a temple that was collapsing and we did not want it to collapse on us.
What about that one where you touch things and they shrivel away?
Did not seem right at a moment.
The dice was cool.
The dice was kind of cool, but I tell you what, it's fine. I'll forgive you. I forgive both of you. You can just pick up my 1,000 ball bearings off the floor because some of us gave it our all.
Certainly, then. I go across the veil. I go across the veil, tap him on the shoulder, and give him a cure wound. My last cure wounds as well. Just.
I'll cast Thunder Wave where the ball bearings are to like.
All throughout the valley. In
Actually, going
100
back to
years,
Max.
people will settle again and be like, "What's these cannibal bearings?"
Oh, thanks, Gil. So,
Yes.
we going to check his body, right?
Oh, yeah. Storm boys.
Val's gonna put a foot on his shoulder and pull the helmet off.
The dude wasn't wearing a helmet.
Oh, wasn't? Oh, okay.
Open faced, because
Pulls his
villains aren't sensible.
Noob move.
Noob move. You got stabbed in the throat.
Exactly.
Good helmet would have stopped that.
Let's loot.
On him, it's obviously the bone armor. The flail, which seems to have some sort of magic to it. But he doesn't have anything in the way of possessions other than that. No coin, no anything.
And is the bone armor standard?
Yeah, there's no magic to it other than it's been made in bone, which has its own values because it can't be manipulated in some ways and won't rust.
Yeah, molten metal, whatever, or shatter, that sort of thing.
So there's value to it.
And what sort of armor is it?
Let me check in the book. I think it's a breastplate.
You're not considering wearing bones. Right,
no, I'm not. I just think perhaps it could be useful to someone.
I don't think it's going to be better than Indira's armor.
Well, that was my first choice.
Yeah, but you might want to hold on to it until Doxy's actually here.
Exactly. She might like armor made of bones.
Made of boners.
So it is actually splint mail, not breastplate. So it is pretty good.
Yes. So let's strip him of it and keep it for now.
Okay, I guess it doesn't do any harm.
Now, wyvern venom.
Right.
Sells for a pretty price, I would imagine, as with most of these things.
It is even better on a blade, I understand. Vale goes to roll up his sleeves, but it's fairly skin tight leather and it does not roll.
You know, I was gonna say.
Pulls out a dagger and traipses over towards the stinger.
Give me a
Can I also do that with my dagger as well?
One of you can help the other to give you advantage on the survival.
I'm also...
Go ahead, Gilwin. Please do the messy work. You want to make an incision here, and then follow it around with the curve of the stinger. Not too deep, about half an inch.
Whoever does actually end up doing it, I'm just going to come up behind and pat them on the back with a card in my hand and give them inspiration for this.
You really want some wyvern venom, huh?
I will try and follow Vale's instructions.
Survival with advantage of inspiration.
Oh, shit.
You naughty man. Don't Eric it.
Sorry, I forgot he was giving me a...
Naughty boy.
It's much better.
Much
Plus
better.
a d6.
Plus a d6, unless you don't want to use the inspiration yet.
I think that'll be fine.
It is.
It only lasts 15 minutes, dude! Use the damn thing!
Something else might happen in 15 minutes.
You don't know. You don't know what could go on.
Maybe a hot
I might
nymph.
need it later.
Maybe a hot nymph falls down and is like, "Hey,
Can I force him to use
No.
it?
I'm sorry, Ian."
He's not.
You go through the process and it takes a bit of time to remove the stinger and then decant some of the venom from it. It's a very careful and precise process. But you do manage to get with an 18. That's enough for one usage of wyvern venom. But as Neil memed before, wyvern venom is one of the strongest naturally occurring venoms in the world. You know, it is incredibly powerful. It does need to enter the bloodstream, so that's why it's good on a dagger or a shirk or something similar to that. You can't just throw it at someone and it'll do something.
You don't mind if I hold on to this, do you?
No, of course not.
He's going to slip the vial away into one of his many pockets and whatnot on his old assassin's armor.
If you don't mind, I would really like to rest.
You sure you need the rest so soon? I mean, we've not been up that long.
The front of my chest looks like a vagina. I'm sure I want to rest.
Is that really? Is that what it... Because I hope not.
It's identical.
We're gonna go to break.
He like.
We're gonna be back in a couple of minutes in the morning. Because we don't need to see this bit.